Now, this might be the longest video. Now we're on to now we're on to funnels. So here I'm going to kind of go into a little bit as far as how you would make edits to a funnel. So first things first, you have your funnel list there. You see there's a lot more in this one because this is my test account, test demo. So you click one. Here you have the different stages of the funnel itself. So you have quiz page, calendar booking, thank you. Now, a lot of your guys' ones have more steps to it that I build in. But, let's see, we can do stats, get an idea of how many people land on it, right? We can do sales. Settings, this is for the domain that I plug in for you guys. This is where I'll plug in your pixel code and all that jazz. Here, once you start getting the product stuff, like I said, you can add the ability to actually collect payment, but you have to add in a Stripe account. So, Stripe, there's a lot of ways how to get around it, guys, and use a Stripe account. I've done it before. I sometimes still do it on some of my programs. I do a flat fee and a paper delete. Every now and then I'll just run a really cheap monthly payment, just, get a bunch of volume real quick. So, usually whenever I do that, I just use a Stripe account. I set my stuff up under as a consult. I set my stuff up under as consulting. That's how I get around it. So it's easy. So we got this guy. Oh, now how do we edit it? Getting lost in translation. Now I will make a recommendation to you guys. If you want to start playing around with it, clone the step first. What I mean by that, if you start messing around with this main page of yours, granted, I've already done it for you, but you want to make it in small edits or even big edits if you feel comfortable, clone it first. Clone step in this funnel. The reason why I say that, guys, is mess around with this one first. And if you're like, all right, cool, I got everything figured out, I really like it, you just take it and you can drag it. And then you would delete the previous one. But let's say you start messing around with it and you're like, I don't know what the hell I did and I don't like this and right, and you start to panic. That way you already have the original one that's already set up for the steps, already done and created. And then you could just blow out the cloned one. It could potentially save you a lot of headache and a lot of hassle. So now let's actually get into it. So here, if you have used ClickFunnels, it's somewhat similar to ClickFunnels, certainly not the same as ClickFunnels. What I mean by that is as far as how the blocks are set up. So you have like your main block, that block, that block, that block, and then that block. So it can get a little confusing. Once you start playing around with it, it's not that bad though. So let's say if I want to come in here, say I want to change this, you can see the headlines, you can see the colors, you can see the font size, you can change it from mobile or desktop. Let's say if on mobile you want to make it a little bit smaller so it's more compact, you can do that. It'll leave the desktop variation alone. You can do the padding, advanced, you can do the borders, the line height, text transition, uppercase. So there's a lot of stuff you guys can again do in here. You can change the background color. Now granted right now is transparent. Let's say that, right? Now if I want to type in there and change around the lettering, like that. Let's say if you guys have some reviews and you want to plug in some reviews. So you'd come into Elements, add an element, and this is the breakdown of everything. So the two-step order, that's where I'm saying once you guys, if you want to, you can hook up your Stripe account, you can take payment in here. So let's just do that real quick as an example. All right, very, very, very reminiscent of ClickFunnels. So you guys are getting something very similar to ClickFunnels, but a fraction of the cost. whole hell of a lot more features. Plus, it's already set up for you too, which is nice. So you got that. You got the divider image feature. So these are just different blocks. So you can like a navigation menu, a divider, a day timer, right here. Day timer. I can plug in the timing, end time, then. There we go. So you can do little stuff like that. You can also, expire direction. Once it expires, you can have it be directed somewhere else. Let's delete that. Now, what's another cool thing too to keep in mind? Let's say if you do something, you're like, I don't know what the hell I just did, and I just broke something. Let's say you accidentally delete this entire section. There's a backup button. And there's a go forward button. So those two features alone, whew, lifesavers. You can do calendar. You can do button. You can plug in an image, like so. You can plug it in. Now, let's say if you want to plug in an image to do that, you click the little mountain thingy. Click that, and I'll show you your library. Because already set up in your system, guys, is all the pardon me, like these. I don't know what these are called. Emblems, stock photos, I guess. You can also upload right there, and it'll show all the pictures you already have set up on your computer itself. You can do search. Yeah, right here. Let's go with happy couple. See? You can just take that, go bleep, take it right over. Save it. You can port it over. Ooh, popped up for credit. How about that? These are all, Pixabay released free of content under Creative Commons CO or CCO. Yeah, just like this, guys. You can also do Upsplash too. Okay. Yeah, tell you what, no ClickFunnels can do that for you. That's for dang sure. So, actually, let's try it. Let's go with search. Let's go with credit, styles. Let's go with. Ooh, looks intense. It already saves directly into our library. How about that? Big device on your wallet. So, yeah, just like that, guys. Let's go back into that. You can plug in videos. Let's try it. Now here, though, this is a little different. So it drags it from a URL. So you can do HTML. Right, there's your thumbnail. Custom embed. Where we go? Plug in the embed code. Wistia, Vimeo, and YouTube, of course. So that is maybe the one thing that takes a little bit of an additional step is if you have a video of yourself that you want to plug in, you might have to create a YouTube account, upload it to YouTube, grab the URL, and just plug it in right there. So it's a couple of extra steps, yes, but on top of that too, let's say if there's a free to use credit knowledge video that you want to plug right into your thingy, just grab the URL. Actually, let's try it. Let's do it. YouTube. Credit repair. Sure, we got home. Oh, credit or what's homeboy's name here? Credit Speed Manager. I don't remember his name.
Mark Claiborne here.
Mark Claiborne. So let's say if you want to take this little video for whatever reason, but if you wanted to. Let's go with share, copy. Okay, y'all. So there's that. What else? Right here, you can see the pages. Right, so let's say if I want to work on my main page, I want to edit something in my calendar, and thank you. You can click this without having to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Saves a few seconds, but a few seconds are valuable. Hit preview. And here it'll show you actually on like how it'll look once you publish the page. There's that. You got sections. Add a section. You can add rows. Just like that, right? I can plug in stuff into here. Rows. Let's say if I want to add in a bunch of pictures in sequence, right? I can do 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, yada yada yada, just like that. If you want to plug in custom code, be under here, HTML, like that. Hell, you can even do a map. You can do form, survey, bullet list, and this is for all of your text. Settings. You can do SEO. What's another cool thing with this too is I recommend you always still have a website, of course, but here you can plug in for your SEO where this will actually, your funnel will rank organically on Google if someone types it into your area. Your tracking code, this is where your pixel and such would be. I'll already do that for you. Custom CSS, this is more, coding, background. Here you can actually change the fonts of things. Here, click that. This will show you what it'll look like in mobile view. So. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the gist of it. Now, let's say if you do make a mistake on one of these after you made the clone, you're like, I just want to get rid of the clone. Delete funnel step. Now, it asks you very politely but directly, are you sure you want to do this? So it makes you type in delete. That way you don't do it by accident, which is nice. So, there's that. What else we got? Now, websites. You can build out websites in here. I got a couple things working where I'll actually probably have something in here for you guys. But yeah, that's websites right there. So, yeah. Whoa, that's weird. And then you can add funnels, create a new funnel. You can add all your steps. Another cool thing with this, guys, is let's say if you have a ClickFunnels account, right? And you're like, well, shoot, man, I want to try something different. I know the system works, but I already got ClickFunnels. What do I do? Import in your ClickFunnels into this. I don't know if you guys get that. That's amazing. So if you already have a ClickFunnels funnel itself, I'm sorry. If you already have a ClickFunnels funnel itself, you can plug that information straight into this. So that's what this guy is. So that's pretty much it for this section, guys, and we'll keep plugging along.